Welcome guys, back to Centra. Today, we'll be doing a tier list. If you remember about maybe 3 years ago, we dropped a tier list on ranking zombie maps. Well, today we're going to be doing a tier list ranking all the starting rooms for every single zombies map on this list. And yeah, there's a lot. I mean, some repeat saying Chronicle stuff. It's the same starting room. We're not going to rank those. But this is every single map. It even has up to Terminus and Liberty Falls. Obviously, we can't rank those yet because we haven't played them yet. But besides that, we can go all the way through Noct, all the way down to, I guess, even the Archon, because I've played that. I don't think he has, but he didn't miss anything, for being honest.
No.
And
One word, no.
obviously, when we're doing this, we don't have an exact one that shows the starting room. We'll put a photo up of each starting room so you guys know what they all look like. I mean, pretty sure you guys all know.
Take our word for it.
Yeah. All right, to start off
with Knocker and Toten, which is basically the starting map.
It's
I mean, it's
pretty
all a
much
big one spawn room.
Most of the map. Yeah, there's about 5 windows in that map.
It's like one of the only areas you can train besides the door with help on it. But
yeah, honestly, I think
it's average. I'd say.
I'd say it's pretty average. Again,
yeah, nothing
it's
too crazy.
Most of the Noct map, but when I'm playing
Yeah.
Noct, I'm not really trying to go crazy in that starting room. Especially if you're playing any of the older versions, it's definitely way harder than if you're playing like a BO3. Verk's a tough one because you have two starting rooms.
It's not bad, but it's hard.
Yeah, you have 2 starting rooms here. So you have the Jug side
and
and
one
the
side is
Quicker
worse
side.
than the other.
I think the Jug side's way better.
Yeah.
Obviously, because you get Jug, and I think you have a little bit more room, and you have better guns, I think, because you get I believe, the Gewehr and the Kar 98. If you're on the Quick Revive side, you get the M1 Garand, which is pretty bad, and the Springfield, which we already know is probably one of the worst starting weapons in the history of zombies. Now, obviously, if we're playing BO3, it's different, but on BO1 and World at War, you're getting those 2. It's definitely a weird one because, again, there's 2 starting rooms, so it really just depends on which one you get. I would put it also probably an average because I want them to even out, because I would say the Jug side's good and the Quick Revive side's bad. So I think you just be right in the middle for both of them.
It's a 50-50.
Yeah. Shinonuma, I mean, even though it's like a wider room, I think that Noct, you have the entire bookshelf middle, which kind of cuts off a lot of the map.
And the way the barriers are, it's just, you're kind of closed in, and you got all this stuff in the middle. So I'd say I don't want to say it's bad either, though, but I think it is bad, actually.
I guess I'll agree.
Doris
is definitely, in my opinion, the best of the 4. Do I think it's insane?
It's
No. I mean, you can train in there. Obviously, if you're just doing a starting rolling challenge, you're not going to be able to access Pack-a-Punch, but that's where your Pack-a-Punch is if you do have the rest of the map open and all. So I think I'll put it in good. I think it's a solid spot for that one. Kino is definitely, out of the 5 that we've done, it's easily the easiest one. Kino has a lot of room. You have the stairs and all. Quick Revive now works. M14 and Olympia instead of the dang Gewehr and everything else.
You're like guaranteed at least round 10. 15.
Yeah, I'm gonna put this one in. Do I go great or good?
I'd say great, yeah.
Alright.
Say that.
5 is a tough one.
I just don't really like the spawns on that, especially the wall. Through the wall. So I'd say it's average as well.
It's pretty average. Not much to really say there. I mean, you have a slight amount of room, but
it's very easy to get cucked there too, though.
Yeah. Ascension, I think, is incredible. I'm not even going to really discuss this one.
Super easy and super big.
You can really train around where the lunar lander is, get a lot of room there, and if you have a lot of zombies and want to train around the giant spinny boy, you literally can just crouch and they're all dead. And it's an easy way to clear out zombies if you don't have enough ammo. Call of the Dead. Ooh,
it's really good too, but you guys just watch out for the water.
The water can definitely mess you up. Quick Revive is a little farther away. It's really tight on like the sides before you get to like the boat in the lighthouse. But I think there's a big glaring issue with this one. It's getting stuck with George.
That too, actually, I forgot.
That is really hard to counter, but just put it in good. I don't know if I would put it in great because it's definitely tighter. Shang is the tightest in Black Ops 1, easily. Pack-a-Punch is right there as well, but you obviously got to step on the stones to activate them. Really tough one. I'm going to put it in... Man, do I put it in average? Yeah. Moon. This is... How do you rank this? Do you rank Area 51 or do you rank the starting? Because if you're
I'm
ranking
gonna
Area
say
51, Area 51 is the best thing ever. But if you're ranking the actual
yeah.
starting room with quick revive, it's not good at all, if I'm being honest.
No.
Ranking Area 51, I would put it here. But if we're talking
Solo,
about the
though, it's gotta be one of the best.
actual starting room, because if we're talking that room sucks. You only have quick revive. There's not even a single gun in the room.
Yeah. And you got the astronaut chasing you.
Yeah. So if like again, Area 51 best. That other one, I'm honestly putting it in bad.
I'd say worse because there's no gun and you got the astronaut guy chasing you.
There's no guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go with worst. Transit is bus depot. You spawn with zombies inside already. You have quick revive. It's a very tight room. You do have guns. You can build a turbine, but I mean, it's not really going to do much for you.
I don't think it's good.
I don't think it's anywhere near average as well. I think it's pretty bad. Nuketown! Again, it's most of the map. It's the entire middle. But when you're playing a long Nuketown game, you don't stay in the middle.
Yeah, I don't think it's that good either.
It's not terrible, but it's not great.
I'd say it's average as well.
It can definitely go in average. I mean, you have a lot of spots where Jug, Pack-a-Punch, and Quick Revive can all spawn for you right there.
Yeah.
But if you don't get those spawns, then...
Super RNG, though.
GG's. Alright.
Die
Rise is a tough one, man. That's a very small room. I think you literally only have the Olympia in the room. You don't even have the M14. Yeah, I'm putting this one in bad. Not a good one, honestly. Mob of the Dead's a really tight one.
Favorite map, but you do gotta get out of that room ASAP.
Yeah, it's not great for...
I'd say it's average as well.
It can go on average. Buried. Buried is an interesting one as well. It's only the top room. You have access to 2 guns. Obviously, if you try to get the LSAT, it doesn't matter. Once you grab the LSAT, you fall straight down to the actual map. But the starting up top isn't terrible for early rounds, but once they start to speed up, you're screwed because you just can't run around. Especially
can't run anywhere.
I'm gonna put it in average as well. Now, Origins, I do kind of like.
I like
the 2
you
extra
got the
rooms.
lower part and the upper part.
You do have, obviously, your challenge box. So if you are lucky to get like 115 headshots, you get a free Pack-a-Punch gun. If you're even able to spend somehow 30,000 points in the entire way, good luck doing that. You can get free double tap. You can get a free max ammo and all. It's good, and the Panzer won't spawn unless you open the rest of the doors around the map, so you're pretty much chilling there the whole time. It's just once the zombies start speeding up, good luck, man. I'm gonna put it in good.
Yeah, it is pretty good.
Alright, now we're moving to non-Treyarchs. These ones are tough to rank for me. I guess I can really discuss these more on my own. Outbreak from Exo Zombies. Definitely, in my opinion, the best part. But if you're doing like a spawn or only challenge, you don't get the exo suits, you're kind of mugged. Obviously, you can get free points a few times. You can get your quick revive. The spawn weapons kind of suck. I'm going to put it in average. I think it's just okay. Infections is bad. It's just really bad. You have that little hardware building you're in. Sure, you can climb around a bunch of different like shelves and all, but it doesn't matter. Once the exo zombies come in, you're screwed. Carrier wants to be Verrucked. You get 2 different spawn rooms. You have the inside the tunnel, or you get like outside of the boat. Both are actually pretty solid. There's a lot of room to train around. Both rooms have quick revive, so there's that. I think both rooms are both pretty average. Nothing crazy. I think the interior room is way better than the exterior room. But that's just me. I think a lot of people can definitely pick what they want. And then finally, you have Descent. This is above before you go underwater. I think it's another bad one. Not a lot of room up there. Anyways, now we move back on to Treyarch games. We're on Shadows of Evil. Shadows is another one like Mob of the Dead, where it's really, really tight. And once you have Margwa spawning, you're just done for, man.
It's again another really good map, but
you can open that one room in beast mode to get like a max ammo, a quick revive, or anything, but that's only a one-time use.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to put in average. It's not terrible because you do have the free power-up you get. You have quick revive.
The giant, same as Dries.
It's Dries. We already know that.
Yeah, Dries and Drac.
Dries and Drac is an interesting one. The Gobblegum machine is clutch for some people. Once the Panther comes in, it's a little tricky, but also you have the Tram fuses, so you can keep getting gondola spins. And sometimes you can get a ray gun. I'm going to put it in great, honestly. I think it's a pretty good starting room. Zetsubos has a lot of room. You have another Gobblegum machine. You have the water you can try moving around. Issues when Thrashers start coming in, it's a little trickier because Thrashers are so annoying. But you only have one spore spot, so you can't get affected by that much crap. Really cool. I'm gonna put Zetsubo also in good. Gorod I like a lot more because I think you have the most room out of all of the maps in BO3 in this one. You do have the dragon that comes in, so obviously that one spot in the map that you have to clear out every time. But it's pretty good. I'll put it also in good. And easily Revelations is incredible. It might be the tightest, but you have a box spawn. That alone helps you. You can get the wonder weapons right there. And if it gets tight, whatever. If you pull a thunder gun and a apothecant servant, you're set. You're set. Easily, you're set. I don't think there's much to really discuss there. Infinite Warfare. Zombies in Spaceland? Ooh, I'm not gonna lie. Spaceland's great, but that is a tough starting room.
Yeah.
That cuts off a lot of the map. I'm gonna put it in bad because it's really, really tight. And once you get the brute, you're kind of screwed. Rave in the Redwoods. This is another weird one. Rave. Tighter room. There's one gun. You have one gun and a lot of melee weapons. Enough said there. I think it's kind of bad as well. When you have one weapon, and like one actual gun and a bunch of melee weapons, and the melee weapons will drop off and stuff. You don't even have a box spawn or anything, so kind of screwed. Shaolin Shuffle, that's the only subway part of the map. You do have a box spawn. You do actually have a box spawn. Really tight, but there's no real major bosses on Shaolin. So I think this one will be easier for some. And again, if you get lucky with your Fate and Fortune cards, you're really cooking. I'm going to put Shaolin in good. Not great, just good. Tachyrac thing, the issue with this one is you're stuck in black and white the entire time. This little tight lab part. Not a fan of this one at all. This one can go in bad. Beast from Beyond. Well, if you don't turn the power on, which you're going to have to, the thing is pretty much screwed because you're stuck on cryptid rounds forever and you can't get power-ups. At least you spawn with an AR, which is somewhat helpful. The issue is you're only spawning with it is because you're dealing with aliens instead of zombies. There's a few guns around, but there's not much to do there. If you're play the map normally and you still get power unlocked, it can be a good starting room. If you're doing the starting room only, man, this one's brutal. It's a good starting room, but the challenges that it faces dealing only with cryptids, yeah, it can be bad. I'm gonna put it in average though. World War II zombies. Forgot this game existed. The final ranks, you can actually kind of see it in this image, but here's another image right here. Another real tight room. Not much available for you. Not a lot available. It's tough, and there's no window barriers in this game, so you can't rebuild barriers. Honestly, good luck. I'm gonna put it in bad. I love that map though. Groston House. It's like knocked. I think the entire map is open already. There is no starting room for Groston House. The entire map is... The only thing you don't get is the box which you have to open with a little Easter egg. Besides that, you have all your perks and stuff. We're going to put it in, I guess, an Incredible because... Yeah. Whatever though. The Darkest Shore. You survive like the little encounter first on round 0. There's a lot of points I think you can grind. I don't know. I haven't played this map in a million years. The Darkest Shore I'm going to put in, I guess, average. Shadow Throne, haven't played this one in a minute, but I know you're in that little rubble building. Another very average one, if I'm being honest. Nothing crazy. The Tortured Path, there's 3 separate maps. They're all the entire map. It can go in good. They're already entirely open. You have to buy nothing. And then Frozen Dawns. That one's kind of trashy, if I'm being honest. But I'll put it in average, I guess. Alright, now we move on to BO4. Voyage of Despair. Pretty large area, in my opinion. Terrible wall weapons in this game unless you want to strive. It's not terrible for a starting room though. I like the entire area. The map itself's garbage. But I mean, if you're staying there, it's not terrible until like I guess this Stoker spawns in. We'll put it in good. 9, incredible starting room. Incredible. And you have a chance to get a free Pack-a-Punch Strife. I mean,
put it in best.
I think 9 is the best one. Well, I mean, it always comes down to Revelations also has the box. There's no box there. We're gonna have this.
Revelations is above those two. Yeah.
I'm gonna put these up here. We'll discuss later to decide which one, in our opinion, is the better one. But 9 Hands down, incredible starting room. A lot of room to run around. You can get a free pack-a-punch gun. Alright, Blood of the Dead. A little tougher one, in my opinion. You get the laboratory instead of the actual cell block. A lot more room. It's not terrible, but it's not great. I honestly prefer Mob of the Dead over it. We'll put it in average. Classified, it's the exact same thing as 5. Dead of the Night. Another one. You spawn on separate sides. It doesn't matter with this one because they both have like the exact same amount of stuff, and honestly you buy 1 or 2 doors to get the power. But if you're not doing that, there's no perks, and you have the same starting weapons. It's definitely a trickier one. At least you don't get werewolves or vampires spawning on you.
Very sure.
I'm gonna put it in bad. There's not a lot to really do in those areas. Not great. Ancient Evil. If you remember our first ever video when we were doing starting room only challenges, this one was really easy for us. Area, I forgot.
I'd say, honestly, is given the fact that you can pretty much get whatever gun you want, it's pretty great.
Yeah, we'll put it in great. Again, you don't have the option of getting a pack-punch gun like 9. Alpha Omega is a weird one. It's a pretty big starting room. I don't know. I think it's pretty average in my opinion. There's nothing special about Alpha Omega in general. Toten. This is the, if you remember Call of the Dead, if you know where Stamina's located on Call of the Dead, it's right behind where that's located. That spot. You get a free power switch instantly, which, I mean, really does nothing. It's open a lot of ice and all. Nothing crazy again. I think it's pretty average. Yeah. D-Machine is a very good spawn room. A very good one. And you have the weapon bench to build kill streaks, grenades, and all.
And more ammo.
Yep. You can always keep crafting more ammo the entire way through. And you have your little specialist ability. I think D-Machine is an incredible one. Firebase Z is a little tighter. Yeah, it's a nice little
but it's not bad.
training spot, but if you don't have power on, the entire room is way tighter. Because obviously you don't have access to the pack-punch machine next to it or anything else.
I'd say it's good.
It can go in good. Mauer to Toten. On top of the rooftop. No power. Not too shabby in my opinion. Obviously we don't have power on. The entire map is really, really dark, so you can't really see a lot. But you have a lot of room up top. Not a lot of room inside, like the actual rooms, if you know what we're talking about. It can go in average, in my opinion. Love Mauer to Toten, love it, but the room's nothing special. Forsaken, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm putting in incredible. It's the same thing as, like, if you're thinking of, like, Area 51. But the issue is, rounds run there. That's the difference from Moon. Rounds actually run. So you can stay in there forever, and the boss zombie spawn. You can continuously get a million different points. You have death perception right there. You have a spot where you can get armor. And I believe you can upgrade your guns in higher rarity, so you can't be stuck with like a standard green or red. You can go all the way up to gold there. Really, a lot of room to train. I'm going to have to throw Forsaken also in best. I think this is a really tough one to really distinguish. I think the only thing we'd be discussing is, out of these 3, what is your favorite starting room? It's between 9, Revelations, and Forsaken, in my opinion. Whatever one we agree on is like...
Okay, the thing about 9 is it's very good, but the thing is it's just so easy. So I'm going to say it'd have to be between Revelations and Forsaken.
Okay.
And I'm going to leave it up to you to choose that, because I don't know, it could go either way. They're both... That's the thing about Revelations, just so good, too, like, in the box one.
I think...
And if you pull the Wonder Weapons, you're like...
Yeah, I think what's going to be the difference is you can pull the Wonder Weapons because of the box spawns and all. Gobblegums is the best thing they've ever added.
That too.
You don't have a box spawn, I'm pretty sure, in Forsaken. We could be mistaken. I mean...
You could get armor, though.
We'll be going back to this map very soon. You can't get armor. But no access to the Wonder Weapons and all. And the round, I mean, the rounds run through way faster. But if you really want like a classic zombies experience, you go to Revelations.
Yeah. There we go.
I think this is a fine list right here. So, easily we'd say the worst starting room is Moon. No weapons you can access. If you're playing with multiple friends, you have no access.
Stupid astronaut following you.
To astronaut. And then plus, if you get hit by the astronaut anyways, you can lose your quick revive faster than just downing. Revelations, you have access to a box, a lot more room, 2 Wonder Weapons, and heck, if you get a crate power as well,
There
you
you
can get
go.
the pack punched. That's really the difference. Revelations, best starting room. And then you see we have a lot of average ones, something super crazy. We think a lot of starting rooms are pretty average in zombies. So we're gonna leave it like
Well,
that.
some of the best maps have average starting rooms.
Yeah. And before we leave, we're gonna drop a little bit of news. Alright, as you can see, like we did for when Cold War was about to drop. So for BO6, we will be dropping the countdown to BO6 zombies, and we will be playing World at War all the way up to Cold War.
Continuous videos for a week long.
It's going to be a lot of work for us to really get behind, but it should be fun. We'll be thinking through if we want to add any other twist to this one. We'll definitely talk about it. But you'll definitely see once our first World at War drops, and then all the way up to the Cold War one, which will be the day right before everyone in the world gets their hands on Black Ops 6. But yeah, stay tuned for that, and we also appreciate you guys watching this video on us ranking every single starting room. Yeah.
Should be a banger week coming.
All right.
See you guys.
Centra out.
Please hit subscribe. Yeah. Maybe drop a like. No, this ain't goodbye. No. Please tune in next time. Yeah, it's Centra Clan. Yeah. You don't know who I am. No. This didn't go as planned. No. But just subscribe, man. Yeah. Please and thank you. We'd really appreciate it. Yeah.